What's going on, guys? In this video I want to share with you the only exercises you need to build a complete body. Alright, you want to build the best possible physique ever? Well, you gotta focus on the exercises that give you the most bang for your buck. Alright, I'm not a big believer of doing 15 different exercises and a whole lot of variety for each muscle group, but rather I focus on the exercises that work, the ones that will give me the most bang for my buck, and that's where I put all my eggs, alright, in that basket. Super important that you understand that it's not about the variety, but about using the exercises efficiently and giving them all your energy and attention. So I'll share with you all those exercises. There are a little bit over 10 exercises, but they're the ones that basically, they're the only ones I do, alright? I don't use a ton of variety. Those exercises that I will share with you, that's all my program consists of, alright? So let's jump straight into it. Number one, the squats. I love doing squats, and someone asked me the other day on my Instagram, can I substitute that for a leg press? No, you can't, because a squat doesn't only work your legs and your quads, but your stabilizers muscles, your core, your glutes, your whole nervous system is basically ready to fire up every nerve because you're focused on doing that lift, alright? Your core is engaged, your glutes, everything is engaged, every muscle in your being to help you lift that bar. It's different than sitting on a leg press and just pressing the platform away, alright? It's not as stressful on your nervous system. That's the good stress, which will result in more results. So the squat is super important. Now it doesn't have to be a back barbell squat. It could be a front squat. It could be a goblet squat. It could be lunges. All right, but the free squat is super important and it cannot be changed by a machine. Very important. It's my top one, the squats. Number two, deadlift. I really love the deadlift just because the way you hinge, the hip hinge, it's a super important exercise to understand in your everyday life. You're picking up stuff and it's gonna work your posterior chain, strengthen the glutes, the hamstring, the lower back, the upper back. Also now, let's say I don't do any PRs on deadlift. I want you guys to understand I'm not a big fan of just doing PRs and doing 2 to 3 rep maxes, but I would go for at least 5-8 reps, all right? I make sure that I do the movement properly and I don't focus on the weight, focus on the muscles. Alright, so the deadlift, personally, I love doing a stiff leg deadlift right now. It's just what feels best. The Romanian deadlift, I don't go off the floor with super heavy weight. I got my lower back injury maybe a year ago, but a deadlift is an exercise that I have and it's a staple of my workouts. Number three, overhead press standing. Alright, I don't see anyone doing it standing nowadays. I used to have Arnold's book and I see all the pictures, people doing overhead press standing. Nowadays, people want to sit down and press on a bench. You know what's the difference? When you're doing it standing, a little bit similar to the squat, barbell squat, the stress and the impact you're having on your whole body, all right, is just super important. Doing it standing works your core, posterior chain, and trust me, the weight that you're, the feeling you're getting on your shoulder is so different. I remember one guy told me that in ancient Greece, they used to test someone's strength with the overhead press. That was the ultimate exercise. Because if you can press it above your head, well, it means that you're strong enough. Your glutes are strong, your core is strong. And it's just the biggest test of strength is lifting it off your head standing. All right, when you're seated, your back is supported, you're compensating. It's not as much effort. All right, yes, you'll use a lot more weight. And when you're standing, you lose less weight. But it's not about the weight. It's about the impact. It's about putting the tension where we want it, all right? Now, next, pull up. If you want a great back, all right, it's super important that you master the pull up. Yesterday, I did a back workout and I basically did 2 exercises, you know? It goes with that video. I did the pull-ups and another one that I'll tell you after because I don't want to spoil it, but the pull-ups, super important, help you build that width. Arnold used to be a big fan of pull-ups, Franco Colombo, all right, they could do them for hours, and trust me, the pull-up body weight, you don't need to put weight and load the 45s. I see people putting the belt and putting weight and just jumping their way. No, do it correctly, body weight all the way down, all the way up, feel those lats engaging, do the proper form. And if you feel like you can do 20 pull-ups, well, take less rest period in between and maybe hold on top, all right? Hold for 1 second, trust me, pull-ups, push-ups, body weight squats, you can go do a whole workout just with them and work your whole body. So the pull-ups super important, you gotta master it. Now you might tell me, well, I'm 220 pounds. Well, if you're 220 pounds, then you gotta have more muscles, then you gotta pull yourself up. It's body weight, dependent on your body weight. If you're heavier, you gotta be stronger. Pull-ups, don't neglect them. They gotta be in your back workout. All right, number 5, push-ups. Again, push-ups as important as pull-ups is a super important exercise, is a basic movement. If you can't master the push-up, don't try to go on the bench press. Master the push-up first. Alright, people think they can't build muscle with the body weight exercise. It's BS. You can definitely build so much muscle with body weight. The muscles don't know the weight you're using. The muscles only know tension, and applying the right tension on the muscle, you will build muscle. So the push-up, do not neglect them. They're a great exercise. I use them every single chest workout, all right, as a pre-exhaustion method to fatigue my chest before the presses, or to finish off. All right, at the end of my chest workout, I'll do 5 to 10 sets of push-ups to failure, get that good pump before leaving the gym. It's just a game changer. Helped me reach all those muscle fibers. Back in the days, when I didn't have access to gym daily, I used to do push-ups every single day. Helped me pump up my chest, all right, like a feeder workout. Push-ups are great. Number 6, let's talk a little bit about arms. Triceps rope push down. All right, just with the rope, triceps push down all the way down. Now, you might say, well, this is a sissy exercise. Well, no, all right, you will be wrong, because I used to do skull crushers with heavyweight close grip bench. I used to do skull crusher, easy bar skull crusher. You know what? I've never felt my triceps as good as doing my rope push down with a little squeeze on the bottom. All right, a little bit of a squeeze down there, you feel your triceps so much better. My triceps started growing once I started doing the rope push down. Sometimes we want to throw the heavy weight around and it feels cool, all right, the skull crusher, but it just crushed my elbows at the end of the day. All right, the goal is making sure that your muscle that you're trying to work is getting the tension you want, not just about moving weight. All right, close grip close grip bench, I was feeling it in my shoulders all the time. Didn't feel good, so I just gave up all of those cool exercises that look kind of tough, and I started going for the exercises that my body felt better. Same thing for my biceps. It's supinated grip dumbbell curls. All right, I love doing this exercise, and that's the only one I'll do. Triceps, the only one is tricep push down. All right, you don't need a ton of exercises for biceps and triceps. It's one joint moving. All right, so dumbbell curls for biceps, supinated grip. I love doing hammer curls from time to time. Number 8, incline chest press. All right, incline chest press over the bench press. Why? Because incline chest press dumbbells, yes. First of all, you're recruiting your chest a lot more when you're in an incline position. That's number 1. Number 2, when you're doing it with the dumbbell, a better, what is it called? Anyways, well, when you're doing it with the dumbbell, you can go deeper down, all right? Range of motion, there it is. You can have a better range of motion. You go down when you're doing it with dumbbells. So I love doing with incline dumbbell. Now I play with the degree. Sometimes I would go for 30 degrees, sometimes 45, sometimes 15 degree. I'm a big fan of doing small angles for my chest, and I feel it so much better. All right, try it out next time you go to the bench. Instead of going 30 or 45, try a 15 degree and see how it feels. All right. Another thing, I don't like the bench so much because people do it wrong. They go super heavy and they just think of bouncing that weight off the bench. All right. Like a football player, boom, explosive. They're too explosive, which is good if your goal is being explosive and getting stronger. But if you want to build muscle mass, an exercise like the incline chest press will do you better job, because you're feeling more time. I keep forgetting that word, but anyways, you can go deeper, you can get better squeeze, get better contraction, a better stretch, a better mind-muscle connection. It's hard to get a good mind-muscle connection on the bench, in my opinion. It's such a strength movement that focusing on the muscle while pressing gets a bit harder. All right, so incline chest press. Number 6, dumbbell rows, and that's the one that I did today along with my push-ups, with my pull-ups, sorry. So the pull-ups will help you work that width, the rows will help you work the thickness of your back. Everything you're rowing helps you work that thickness. Today I did dumbbell rows, superset with pull-ups for 1 hour, and that was my back workout. I worked on my thickness and I worked on my width. Now, when you're doing dumbbell rows, why I love them? Single arm helps you work each side on its own. Next, you can target different part of your back depending on where you're placing your elbows. If you're rowing and your elbow is coming down, you're gonna work more your lats. But if you're rowing up, you're gonna work more your rhomboids, all right, your upper back, depending on how and where your elbow is ending. So this is something I really love. I love free weight for that reason, is that you can adapt it to the way that it feels better for you and to the goal you're trying to reach. Dumbbell rows or barbell rows, I love barbell rows, but my left side is a bit weaker than my right, so every time I do barbell rows, I kind of bend slightly to the right, and it bothers me. Moving on, number 10. Lateral raises. I love this exercise. Lateral raises. All right. For my shoulder workout, I can just do overhead press and lateral raises and the rear delt movement, and I'm good for the day. Lateral raises help you build that side delt. Great exercise, and I would argue it's a more needed exercise than the shoulder press, just because we're doing so much presses when we're training chest that on your shoulders, focus more on the laterals and less on the pressing. All right. Number 11, seated hamstring curl. It's an exercise that I love starting my leg workout with. Warms up my knees, get that good activation on my hamstring. And personally, when I'm doing stiff leg deadlift, I don't feel my hamstring as well as when I'm doing my seated hamstring curl. I love the contraction, squeezing it. It feels like I'm squeezing my biceps. I go for high reps, 15, 20 reps. My hamstrings are on fire. And since I started incorporating them more, thank God the gym I go to, they have that. It just helped me so much develop my hamstring. Number 12, machine pec deck fly. It's an exercise that I love. On my chest workout yesterday, I did machine pec deck fly. I did a giant set. Machine pec deck fly, bench press, and push-ups. I did just that for an hour. All right, and 1 minute rest in between and repeat. All right, feels so good. I love pre-exhausting my chest with the machine pec deck flies. It just gives me a good feeling. Pre-exhaustion basically is pre-fatiguing a muscle before you start a compound movement. All right, helps you activate more fibers in there, helps you warm up the area, helps you connect better with that muscle. You turn it around, so now you're connecting better with it when you're benching, and helps you get your chest to failure at the same time of your shoulders and triceps when you're benching, because your chest is bigger than shoulders and triceps. If you go straight on the bench, you will start benching, but now your shoulders and triceps get tired before your bench, so now you stop because you're tired, you fail, but it's not your chest that failed, it's your triceps that are on fire and your shoulders. But if you pre-exhaust your chest with some flies and now go on the bench, well, they all fail at the same time because your chest is already tired. So machine pec deck fly, I love this exercise. I love it way more than doing dumbbell flies. The tension is constant. And last one, Smith machine shrugs. All right, doing shrugs on a Smith machine. I used to listen a lot to Rich Piana. By the way, if you're someone that used to like Rich Piana, Bigger by the Day series, comment down below Rich Piana, all right? Because trust me, this guy inspired the fitness world so much. And yes, we can say, oh, well, he looked so wrong and he looked so big and oil and synthol and this and that. But it's always about the personality, the inner, all right? The inner. What did he do? He helped inspire so many people, all right? He was really one of a kind. Anyways, let's go back to the real stuff. Well, he inspires me a lot until this day. Now I'm gonna be eating, I'll be watching one of his series, Bigger by the Day, just because I feel like I can relate with that person. And that's my goal for my channel, is that I want to be your friend and you guys be my friend and kind of build this, but at the same time make it as relatable as possible, you know? I mean, I wish I have the luxury that he had of having his girlfriend walking around and filming everything, but for now, I have no girlfriend. All right, well, I had one, but we broke up. Yeah, so that's it, a new place, and now it's just a new chapter of my life, and at least it gives me more time to do videos. So, number 13, barbell shrugs. I love this exercise. A good squeeze on top, really feeling your traps burning. I go for heavy reps. I saw a kid the other day next to me, he's loading 225 pounds and shrugging so wrong. His neck, he looks like a chicken. And I'm like, whoa, man, slow it down. Go for one plate, hold it, and go stretch it. Hold it and stretch it. And his traps were on fire. It's like, thank you so much. I love that pump. And I love it when I give advice and someone actually listens. We're in a world where nobody want to get told what they do. Even me, myself included. 2 years ago, you would have told me something. I'm like, no, you don't know. I know better. But it's crazy, guys. We can always learn. And I want you guys also to, I mean, if you take my advice, always be open to learn, all right? Always be open to a possibility that maybe what you're thinking might not be 100% correct. Maybe 90% correct, but it can have some improvement. And I believe the same, all right? I'm not saying that I know everything. I've been training for over 13 years. I have some experience in the gym, and I'm here to share it, all right? What I believe is right. Now, it is what it is. That's it for this video. Hopefully you like it. Leave a like, leave a comment. Thanks for supporting the channel. Keep going, stay natural, you know? The purpose of my stuff is encouraging people to stay natural, and that is why I made those little shirts, you know? I made those shirts naturally sculpted. It's basically my brand, naturally sculpted. If you guys want to support, well, I don't make a ton of money on them, but I want to build a brand, naturally sculpted. And in the back we have the gentleman right here, a more fatty, love of fate, all right, sculpting himself. There's many, there's other, you can go on my website and check them out. Basically, there are others. There's one with an eagle flexing, another one with a man lifting an atlas stone. Let me show it to you. You know, nothing to lose. So we've got this man right here, atlas stone, all right. And in the bottom it says strength and adversity. Here, boom, naturally sculpted. And this one, they're all very good material, made for the gym. Very, very well made, you know, very well printed. I love it. This one is a lion, natural beast. And here, basically to promote natural bodybuilding. And that's pretty much the goal of my social media, is help people stay natural. All right, with those exercises that I just shared, well, you'll build a very good physique, a crazy looking physique naturally. So that's it for this video, guys. Yeah, I don't make a ton of money on them. I basically sell them for what it cost me with shipping and everything. Yeah, I'll make $5 each, and they sell for I think 35 US, so I'll make $5 on each, and that's it. I just want to see. I already sold 4 in the first day, so it's just to inspire you guys, you know. If ever you're thinking about starting something, just do it. Just do it and go with it and test it. Test the waters, and I'm super satisfied with the quality, with the printing, with everything. And I love that brand. I love that logo. I love what it represents. And if it helps you kind of feel like you belong in a natural community, well, there it is, all right? Thanks for watching, and watch this next video to support my channel. See you soon.